The Syncretion of Polarization and Extremes. Part 7. Progress in the Face of Polarization. Bolivia. Transposing Emblem by Osvaldo Montano. It has been 9 years since Bolivia's constitutional referendum was held in 2009. This event made us first perceive the political polarization in the country and revealed sharp differences between the regions, highlighting a country polarized by social class, region and political party. These dynamics, however, are due more to current than historical differences between the regions. Royal people who identify as indigenous have backed the presidency of Evo Morales in the departments of La Paz, Oruro, and Potosí, while people in the rest of the country make up the opposition. When making a decision, society reveals the bias that exists in the different social classes. In the countryside there is almost unconditional support for Evo Morales. The government support in rural areas is strengthened by all the spending that has benefited them. The construction of hospitals, schools, markets, roads and other facilities. Furthermore, the party is connected with and has supported the coca leaf producers. On the other hand, in the cities, one feels opposition to the government for racial and political motives. The history of blockades and social upheaval with which their political life began spurs this sentiment, along with the sale of strategic government companies to foreign corporations, such as national security, whether for laudable reasons or not. The government of Evo Morales has achieved profound changes in the current environment of Bolivia, despite the global crisis in 2008, which hardly affected the country. The renegotiation of the price of gas at that time along with cuts in government spending and salaries of government employees have generated growth and surpluses never seen before in the country. On the contrary, investment errors have given the opposition the opportunity to raise failures as a political flag. The opposition's political strategy to use the media and internet in 2016 changed the public's general feeling about the presidency of Evo Morales, distorting his mandate and presenting personal problems. This created uncertainty and also brought to light deeper problems of corruption and theft in his administration. As a result, the ruling party lost popular support, and people's general opinion of the administration deteriorated, undermining the president's image. The political reality in Bolivia has revealed a divided opposition without a clear leader, where self-interests have distorted the main figures in the political parties. They have failed to present a clear proposal or focus on pointing out the errors of Evo Morales' government, have provided poor information to the public and generated uncertainty. This situation entails a murky future, where the ruling party and the opposition seek to distort each other's positions and appeal to the citizens' feelings, provoking them to take one side or the other without knowing the achievements or virtues. This reflects a culture with a great need for improvement, as all the political participants largely show that they put personal gains ahead of public services. A lot of this conflict has moved from the streets to the indomitable social networks. There are those who do not recognize that we are experiencing a moment of polarization in Bolivia. This failure to understand the dynamics is superficial and does not take into account that we polarize from the moment we do not accept the values of the other side. This is seen more and more in the divided Bolivia of today, where there are only two options, Evo and not Evo. This polarization can even reach the point of hatred and the desire to impose one's views without being sensitive to the situation of the country. These differences have revealed negative feelings about other social classes, creating tension that many hope will be resolved in the upcoming elections, either with the end of the Evo Morales government or his re-election. On the other hand, as a country, we hope and want to believe that the calm before the storm will continue. However, many are certain that this will not be the case in Bolivia, due to the sole objective that each of us has to impose our own idea of what is right. The political uncertainty in Bolivia has generated a polarized environment. Some sure that the presidency of Evo Morales will end in the next elections, either because it was determined in a referendum or because the constitution prohibits another term. However, others believe that Morales' ability to authorize appointments to the Constitutional Court and amendments to the law governing political parties will allow him to run again. Both the opposition and the ruling party seek to damage the image of the other, revealing their true character in their actions. The opposition has been very vocal about political persecution, with any person who presents himself as a possible candidate opposed to Evo Morales being subjected to this persecution. All these events bring us to the moment where we have to decide, sensing the extremism, without an analysis of the proposals of each party and the reality of the administration. We are just simply taking sides politically. Many people who seek to influence this feeling at all costs use traditional media and the internet, without hesitating to lie, falsify or hide information to change people's personal opinion. The future of Bolivia feels politically uncertain, but it is nothing like the past, which was even more complex. Nowadays the power of the memes, depicting the partial and biased information of the public players, has shown that personal benefits take precedence over the public good in all social and political areas. The feeling of having to decide which is the least corrupt party leaves an aftertaste of conformity. It is clear that Bolivia as a country and its population has grown in the face of adversity and has changed for the better. Our culture continues to move towards a future where technology, social networks and tradition come together, hopefully with less polarization.